I, 28M, told my parents, 51F, 50M, and siblings the truth, and I think I broke them. Throw away for reason that will be explained below. I, 28M, had dinner over at my parents' house a week ago. At some point during the night my mother started questioning me as to why I kicked my sister, 21F, out of my house. She already knows the reasons to why, but she kept asking me to give her another chance. My father asked me to take on my sister. Originally this was great as I travel a lot for work, so I had someone to take care of the house in my absence. She would effectively live alone as I am sometimes away 2 to 3 weeks out of a month. The only condition I put on her living with me was that she takes care of the house in my absence and cleans up after herself. A week after she moved in I left for 3 weeks. When I came back the house was a mess, no clean cutlery, dishes, nothing. The pizza box and plates was still in the same position as when I left the house 3 weeks ago, and she was sitting on the couch with 6 plates of uneaten food stacked on each other. Some had started to grow mold. I asked what is going on with the house, and she told me it's my house, my job to clean up. Why should she clean up? I told her you are a grown woman. I never expected the house to be sparkling when I returned, but at least in the same condition as I left it. She wouldn't have died if she just cleaned up after herself, and again she said my house, my responsibilities. I just saw red. I snapped and told her to get her shit and get out of my house, and she laughed at me and said this is your home now, get to cleaning. Everything was funny to her until I started to throw crap outside. She started with the waterworks, and when that didn't work she called my parent. I got a call from my father and I asked what is John, and I told him. I hung up the phone and sent him pictures of my house. He didn't even respond, only arrived 25 minutes later to pick up my sister, and he apologized to me. The story above was just my breaking point, but a lot of crap other that this has happened over years. I am always the last resort. Any issues someone has, they come to me. If someone needs money, I'm the one they call. If they need a place to stay, they show up at my house. They need help with something, I'm the one. I have always had to sit on the back burner and just be the support for everyone in their times of need, and when I needed them they weren't there, and I was told be a man and sort it out. My parents has been great parents to my younger siblings, 4 kinds in total. They have all stayed with me in the past as well, rent-free, no contributions at all. I didn't have a childhood. I became the 3rd parent in the household. Everything regarding my siblings fell onto me. If I have to write everything I have done or been through for my siblings and parents, I will be writing this post for days. I don't really blame my parents, as circumstances was a lot different from when I was a child to my siblings. But the difference in the way we all were raised is evident. My siblings are entitled pieces of crap to mud it nicely, and the world has to bend to their wants. After my mom's constant question, I snapped when she said, "I'm being heartless." I just unleashed everything onto them. I was ranting for about 30 minutes while they sat there in silence with their eyes getting bigger as the minutes passed. I finished with saying the only reason I'm still alive today is because I don't want them to stand next to my grave wondering what they did wrong, so I will be heartless as I think it's time for me to stop worrying about that. I'm just tired of all this crap, in the backup for everyone in this family. I can see the pain on my parents' faces as they can't even look me in the eyes anymore. Every time I miss a phone call from one of them, my phone blows up as they think I did something. I fell asleep on the couch yesterday as I worked 36 hours straight and was tired. During me sleeping, my father tried to call me, and as I was asleep I didn't answer his calls. I got woken up as police kicked down my door when my parents showed up at my house after I didn't answer them, and they saw me laying on the couch. The knocking and banging didn't wake me. That was the first time I saw my father cry, as they thought I deleted myself. I think I broke my parents, as my youngest sister told me they just exist in their house and don't even talk to each other. The house is cold and she can hear both my parents just burst out crying sometimes, especially during the night. I just want to know, is there any way to move on with this?